We got a massive explanation tonight from Alexa Bliss on what's going on. For the first time, actually saying the name Bray Wyatt. Alexa hasn't acknowledged it for a long time. She actually changed the story though. Alexa would say Bray kidnapped her and turned her into a dark version of herself. She did reference the therapy and things like that, but focus on that story because we know the Fiend would mandible claw Alexa Bliss, but then it was Alexa chasing after the Fiend. It was her almost watching him and mimicking him. Do you remember her going for Sister Abigail long before she joined him? And we were all like, what is going on here? Is she becoming like a fiendess kind of character? I do wonder whether she was lying to Bianca Belair, but to say she was kidnapped is interesting because we've just seen that from LA Knight. Now, is it possible LA Knight was abducted and now he will turn into something over the coming weeks? Will we see a dark side of LA Knight? I do like the idea, though, that Alexa is lying here and she actually does know everything that's going on, but she's trying to lure Bianca into a false sense of security and she's trying to make Bianca kind of feel sorry for her in a way. I mean, we know Bianca had her doubts. She said she didn't trust Alexa Bliss. But by the end of it, it was almost like she was starting to. And then the logo appeared. And as the logo appeared, Alexa would snap and use the vase right into the back of the head of Bianca, laying her out. We got a Lily sighting just hiding behind a chair as Bianca was knocked out by Alexa. She was there just peeking around the corner. Very interesting. But I do like the idea Alexa is lying here. Maybe Alexa knows exactly what is going on. But one thing from this segment no one's talking about, okay? What is up with Byron Saxton's socks? That should be the headline. But we do find out in 2 weeks' time. This is when I think it all culminates and becomes something massive. Does Uncle Howdy show up? Does Bray show up? Does the logo appear and allow Alexa to win? Time will tell. 2 weeks! This is things you might have missed from Monday Night Raw. Make sure you've hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. It was a happy holidays edition of Monday Night Raw for the final Raw of the year. Christmas trees were plenty. Every graphic pretty much had a happy holiday cheer to it. What better way to put you in the Christmas mood than some wrestling? Even the floating graphics had a Santa hat on. But there had to be one. Otis throwing over a Christmas tree during his entrance. Not what you want to see. Give this man a boo. The Bloodline also has some new holiday merch out. Acknowledge the holidays. Love that. But unfortunately, Roman Reigns is struggling to get into the festive mood after the announcement that John Cena is coming back. Kevin Patrick tonight on commentary saying, making a list, checking it twice. The Bloodline's been naughty and won't it be nice when Cena Claus is coming to town. Roman, though, he sent the entire Bloodline, minus himself, to destroy Raw tonight, the show Kevin Owens was on. And I love this. All throughout the night, beatdowns everywhere, backstage, and there was no sort of denying it was the Bloodline. Dolph confirmed it was them. And of course, we saw Solo interfere in Sami and AJ's match, allowing Sami Zayn to win. We saw the big setup for the main event with the Usos. It was just a cool feel that ran throughout the night. Bronson Reed is back in WWE. Of course, he returned tonight, aligning himself with The Miz, and Miz won money in a ladder match. That's kind of cool. Obviously, a lot of fans on Twitter getting confused with Money in the Bank. Get it? Money, ladder match. Makes sense, right? I think Bronson's a good get for WWE, though. The guy is huge and he's athletic AF. He did some amazing work in NXT. Great work in Impact. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see much of his stuff in New Japan, but honestly, dude is good. And I think having him come in, having him be a heel, having him align with The Miz just makes sense. Gets a way to give him some exposure to the audience and get reactions too. The bad news, Miz won the money, so we're not getting broadcast Miz anytime soon. That's such a shame. That would have been a nice Christmas present, wouldn't it? Last week, there was a giant lily crushing fans. This week, they got hit by lightning. It's becoming a health hazard to go into Monday Night Raw, I'm telling you now. But that was, of course, for the Judgment Day, and this was cool. They had a match with the Street Profits that ended abruptly after Tozawa would throw water in the face of Dominic Mysterio, giving him a facial. And, of course, Rhea Ripley took exception to that. Basically then had a match with Akira Tozawa, WWE doing intergender wrestling. This was a cool way to put Rhea over, 100%. Didn't do much for Tozawa at all. But I will give some props to Rhea. There were some botches in this match, and she was able to recover really well from them. So props to her. Tozawa did come close, but it was ultimately Rhea Ripley winning it. Rhea Ripley standing up for her partner, son. I don't know, it's weird. He calls her mummy. It's a weird relationship, all right? Next week is the best of 2022 from Raw, or of course WWE doing a clip show for Boxing Day. Now, just an FYI, we will not be doing things you might have missed for this next week, which means I've got a Monday off! Oh my gosh, that's a rare occurrence, isn't it? But this is the face you make when you realise you've got to wait 2 weeks for WWE to do some storyline progression with Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt because they're not on next week. 2 weeks? How am I supposed to wait 2 freaking weeks? Seth Rollins has an Iowa's own t-shirt revealed tonight on Raw. Makes sense. Raw was in Iowa. He got a great pop, obviously. Good for him. But it was, of course, him sending a message to Roman Reigns that he ran Raw till Theory would come out, say, nope, the US title is the biggest title on Raw. I have that. I run Raw. Nice little Shield reference, as Theory said you were the 3rd most successful member of the Shield. That must have hurt Seth. But the Usos would come out in the style they've had all night. Theory would bail, which makes tons of sense. Why would he want to help Seth Rollins? They literally hate each other. But there was someone who came out to help Seth. Kevin Owens, the man who caused all this Bloodline drama. And we would set up a tag match for the main event. Love the setup. Love the fact the security guys and all the officials were getting paid double tonight because they was on screen a hell of a lot. It was Bayley beating Becky Lynch, though. This was fun, but why was the referee angry at Becky for possibly hitting one of Damage Control who aren't in the match, who therefore is not the referee's responsibility? That didn't make a lot of sense. SmackDown is also a Merry Christmas edition show. Love it. Now, I won't be covering SmackDown on Friday. There is a Miracle on 34th Street fight. But yeah, no things you might have missed. We don't like to do pre-recorded shows, but we will have a special video in its place. Finally, what was Braun Strowman's case doing backstage at Raw? We all know Braun doesn't like flips, right? I think Raw was good. Storyline progression, a big return. I enjoyed the show. It's very fun. 9 out of 10 from me. If you aren't already, make sure you've gone and hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications. You won't miss an upload. Like the video, share the video. And I'll see you as always next time.